action.
Well, hopefully I did all this right. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Sorry, I've been off because I've been feeling pretty crappy lately. Uh, as always, thank you to Sexy Hackers. Go check their shirts out. This is one of my favorite shirts from them, including my own, of course. Sexyhackers.com. Use my code, get free stuff off. Check their Twitch show out. No dice. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm just waiting for Lemon Penny to message me. I'm going to start doing his podcast. He's on YouTube as the Nostalgic Lemon. So he asked me to come on. I think it's because I'm old and can talk about games from the past. And then the plan is I'm going to play a different game. It's called The Suicide of Rachel Foster. Yeah, I think it's called The Suicide of Rachel Foster. I'll probably end the stream first so I can have it completely separate from the other thing. But that's the plan. And while I do this, let's see if this works. I think this is what my plan is too. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna let that play in the background. It's got no sound, so that's the whole point because oh, there's the missed call right there. Hold on. How did I miss a call? How do I call him?
Oh, hello?
Hello there.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. What's up?
Donated 10 bits.
Nothing much. So, like I said, this podcast is just gonna be about, retro gaming stuff from the 90s and the 80s, whatever. And plus, I mean, hey, you kind of fit perfectly for this since you're kind of a boomer a little bit.
I don't know that I'm exactly a boomer, but I'm old. That is fair. By the way, I am streaming this, so of course someone started off with yelling "yay biatch" for. So I'm trying to listen to you through the "yay biatches."
Oh, wait, do you have that speech to text thing on?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Alright, let me type something out and shit. Then we can get started.
Okay. Well, what's up, Landme? This. I don't know if I should turn the alerts off because otherwise this podcast is gonna. Hopefully it's not coming through on your side, just on my side.
Okay. There's nothing on my side.
Okay, so it's just gonna be in my ear. I might have to turn alerts off because I think I'm gonna get completely bombarded with. Oh wait, there we go.
All right, my thing should be coming up pretty soon, but I guess we should just get started. Let me hit record for a second.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Hey, this is the Lemmycast podcast, and actually I have my boy with me. He is Savral. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Has there been games? Have you been playing any good games recently?
Well, I've been messing around with the PlayStation 1. I modded it to so I can play a bunch of the classic games.
Nice.
So Silent Hill 1. I just finished Parasite Eve. So it's all it's really fun. I really do hope that the PlayStation
said.
I really hope that they do
streamed.
you know, they the PlayStation 5, they actually bring all those so that you can listen to everything. So
Yeah, man. Like I've been hearing rumors they're gonna bring back all the way to the PS1, and to be honest, I'm kind of hyped for that. I got myself, a small little PS1 collection.
oh, I have checked out your page and your Instagram and stuff like that. It looks like you do have a lot of retro games. So
The Lord Viper
Yeah.
said, I heard the PS5 logo is amazing.
Anyway, though, explain, kind of give a synopsis of
Future
what gaming
Wolfex.
was like,
Welcome
back
to my
then.
channel.
During the
Wolfex
SNES and Super
said,
Nintendo era.
What's up, Savral?
well, let's see. So the thing is, I'll go back a little bit further. Like, I still remember my dad bringing home the Super Nintendo. No, I'm sorry, Nintendo. Like, I actually had the Rob. You know what the Rob is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that was like super fun, and like, as a kid and stuff like that. But the Super Nintendo, like, really kind of, there's so many great games for that. Like, and it's fun to play. I bought the little
Future Wolfex.
mini Super
Thanks
Nintendo,
for subscribing for 0 months.
which
Future
was
Wolfex said,
pretty awesome.
You still suck.
Castlevania, Secret of Mana. It was just like such a great system that had all this great stuff on it, and I guess I feel lucky that I was old enough to be there for it.
Yeah, man. Like I want to pick up a
Daily
Super
said,
Nintendo, but I know it's way
Savral
past my
just
time.
thanked you for nothing.
You want to pick one up?
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing all these good games like Super Mario World, Zelda: Link to the Past. I forgot what Zelda game it was.
Savral said, I
That
need to
there's just
turn off chat
hell
or
the
I'm going to
OG
die.
Mario Kart. Like that game on the Super Nintendo just started a whole hell. You wouldn't have a Mario Kart 64 without the OG. So
Well, in one of my best friends, his name, he's in my chat all the time, De Leon. I played the heck out of
The Lord
Mario
Viper
Kart. It was so
said,
fun, like, but
Dreamcast
man,
was
it's
underrated,
so
missed out by
frustrating
many.
if you sucked at it. So I wasn't good as him, but man, it was so fun to play that stuff, man. It was just a lot. It was just like pure gaming.
yeah, and I mean, like again, I know it's past my time. It's just like I'd never really experienced some of the greats. Like, sure, I have
Future
games on the
Wolfex
Switch, but
said, Dreamcast
nothing's
had
gonna
some
be
awesome
like
titles.
buying an actual
Skies of
system with
Arcadia,
real
Paseo,
cartridges,
Thuggish
putting it in,
Splicer.
booting it up, putting a
Welcome to
controller
my
in, and
channel.
just playing. With the Switch, it's just all digitalized. I could just open up an app and play games just straight away.
So are you playing? So you have a Switch? It sounds like. So are you grabbing all these old SNES and like NES titles from back then, or?
Basically, Nintendo just like drip feeds us Super Nintendo games that they release on the Super Nintendo app. That's basically all the games I'm working with. But the goal for right now, well, the next console I'm planning on getting is the real Super Nintendo, buying like real cartridges.
Oh, okay. I think that's an excellent idea. Uh, I think that old controller, because you don't really get that with the Switch, having that old controller in your hand and
The Lord Viper
get to play it.
said, Dreamcast for the bacon win. The Lord
Again,
Viper said,
I don't know why I
Dreamcast
never
for the
really
bacon win.
experienced. I never really
The Lord
experienced
Viper
playing it back in the day,
said,
but
Dreamcast for the
hell,
bacon
why the
win.
fuck not?
Well, the thing
The
is
Lord
that
Viper said,
I would say,
Dreamcast for the bacon
10,
win.
15 years ago, you could just buy like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo for dirt cheap because like no one wanted them, and now this whole like nostalgic feeling has kind of come back for all these games and systems, and it seems like the prices have just like jacked way up.
Dalioni
Oh,
have a-
hell
said,
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
daft pansy. This be bloody rubbishy old wanker.
a shop near me that sells like all the old games. I mean, it's like super awesome. I love walking in there because you can like touch the the old the boxes, and they had the long rectangle boxes and the cartridges and stuff. But man, it's not like you can go in there and just like spend $5 to get a game, they're like charging some
Windsock.
serious,
Welcome to my channel.
prices for
and
it.
see, like my local shop,
The Lord Viper
they're charging the
said
Super Nintendo
they
for
had
like
boxes.
$70. And to me, that's fucking ridiculous. But fuck it, you just gotta, you really gotta pay for what you're getting. But I guess the good part in the rise of prices, like they actually test it, they clean it out. Like old Super Nintendos today are just like piss yellow. They rarely work.
That's true.
Well, like
The Lord
well,
Viper
in my shop, they
said
actually like test
nothing
it or
like a good
whatever.
box.
And plus, I mean, I guess games from that era are more like a novelty, really, because
Daily Oni
if you go to the
said,
PS2 and the original
okay,
Xbox
no more
section,
funny stuff.
they're
I'll be
at
quiet
they're at the
now.
most like $30. Like if I wanted to right now, I could just get a stack of PS2 games for cheap.
Right.
But of course, things from my era are going up in price. So I'd say like, I don't know, 2025, the prices for Super Nintendos are going to be the same prices for OG Xbox, PS2, GameCube. So
Are you into are you into the collecting the like an unopened box at all? Like, you know how that. So for example, like I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago,
The
I went
Lord
with
Viper
my
said,
friend Future Wolf
what's
to
this guy's age? I must be
the
ancient.
Chicago Comic-Con, I think it was, and I saw like all these games, like these Super Mario Brothers, like Metroid, all these like in perfect condition, never opened. And I was like, oh my god, I have to have this. So I have one myself, but it's a Dragon Warrior. Are you interested in doing that? Like, because I
Future
would love to
Wolf X
own an
said,
unopened
you still haven't
Castlevania
responded
for
if you want to
SNES.
go to C2E2
Or
yet.
Final Fantasy 3. I mean, oh my god, I love that game.
well, when it comes to unopened packages, I feel like I want to do it. It's just going to be way more expensive.
Nightbot
Like
said,
recently, I got myself
get
Super Mario
involved.
64 for the N64. I paid
https://discord.gg/9uhgdhb.
almost
Savral
$30 for that
said,
cartridge.
I
And
still
if I
have to
get
get
like
back
an
to you on
unopened
that.
box, that's going to be
Savral
like
said,
$100.
thank you for the
So
sub,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way.
I would want to get into it. It's just going to be really expensive.
The Lord Viper
So if I
said,
want a game that's
think he's
really
trying to interview.
unboxed,
Why does she talk so fast for me?
the box hasn't been touched since like '96 or whatever, I would have to pay a lot. But it would only have to be for games I really, really care about.
It's just this whole market of like keeping or buying games that are unboxed. It wasn't that bad. To give you an idea, I saw like
The Lord
Metroid,
Viper said,
new in a box.
I wonder what's going through his head now.
Still sealed, and this was like, oh god, it
Nightbot
was like years ago. I think it was like
I want to hear from you.
$400, and I was like,
Come
oh
talk
my
with me
god,
in stream. Or if you want to leave a
$400.
voicemail
How am
for
I
me
gonna
that
like
might be paid
spend
while I
that much
stream,
on a
call
NES game,
32031
right?
USUC.
I was
Kay
so
and tell me how
stupid.
much
If
you
I would have
love or
like
hate
just
the show.
grabbed it and sold
The
it,
Lord Viper
I could have
said,
had it
those damn alerts.
graded, and it would have been worth like 3 or 4 times that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean,
it's retro, in retrospect, I should have done that, but you're in a weird time because doing that now for what you really love is going to cost you pretty dearly.
yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's like more or less about the selling thing. Like again, shit from my era, you could get them for dirt cheap.
It's
If I
not
wanted
retro
to get a
unless it's truly
stack
retro.
of OG Xbox game, if I wanted to get a stack of OG Xbox games, I could.
It's probably pretty
But-
cheap, right?
Oh hell yeah! I just picked up myself. I just picked up myself 5 original Xbox games
For how much?
for like $20.
Any good? Any good ones
Yeah.
in there?
Yeah, I got Jet Set Radio Future, original Halo and Halo 2, and I actually got a few more. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X,
Is that because you think
The Lord Viper said,
that
what I can get for $20
system,
bucks.
that system hasn't hit the like real retro feel yet? It's like.
Well,
I mean, what's
well,
your
I
thought
mean-
on that?
the only reason why I picked up the OG Xbox games is because, well, I have memories with it, Like I could just remember going to one of my family members' house and they just showed me, hey, this game is called Halo. they put it in, and I just remember that mini music, that Halo song, that echoing. I kind of pick it up for the memories, really.
So
But
I just have a quick question. What's your first system?
oh shit, I
The
have a
Lord
lot of
Viper
first systems.
said, Halo only game worth play on
I would
Xbox
say
One.
my very
Future
very first
Wolfex
system is the
said,
Dreamcast,
the real problem is it's an
but I haven't picked
Xbox.
it up yet.
Your first system that you played was a Dreamcast?
Yeah, like that was like one of my first memories. Like I could just remember holding the Dreamcast controller and just figuring out how to play video games for the first time.
That's wow. I mean, it makes me
The
feel
Lord
old because
Viper
I was
said,
obviously,
Dreamcast for the win.
I started with like Atari and things like that. So it was, it's interesting to hear you say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know it's weird. It's just like when it comes to this retro stuff, it
The
feels like
Lord
we're in like
Viper
two different
said,
zones.
does he know what that is?
You have the Super Nintendo, N64, and original Nintendo.
Uh huh.
And then there's my side, OG Xbox, GameCube, PS2. You know, but I feel like when I
Wolf
start
Baker,
collecting, I want to
welcome to
diversify
my
myself.
channel.
Like
Wolf
I already
Baker
have my
said,
PS2 games from my
hi.
childhood. I already have all of my GameCube games. I already have all of my original
The Lord
Xbox games.
Viper
So I decided,
said, hi.
fuck it. Let me go see what it was like,
The Lord
during
Viper
the '80s with
said,
the
welcome.
NES. Let me
Savral
see what it
said,
was like in the early
hello
'90s
Wi-Fi
with
Baker.
Super Nintendo,
Wolf Baker
late '90s with
said,
N64.
opening curly bracket,
Like I
closing curly
already
brackets,
have
opening
most of
curly
the stuff
bracket,
from my
closing curly
era, so
brackets, opening
fuck
curly
it.
bracket,
Might
closing
as well
curly
see
brackets, opening
might as well
curly
see what it
bracket,
was like on
closing
the other
curly
side.
brackets, opening curly
So
bracket,
after the
closing curly
Dreamcast,
brackets,
what did you
opening
go to
curly bracket,
next?
closing curly brackets, opening curly bracket, closing curly brackets,
Oddly
opening curly
enough,
bracket, closing curly
the
brackets,
Super
opening curly
Nintendo.
bracket, closing curly
See,
brackets, opening
Really?
curly bracket,
this
closing
is kind
curly
of like a
brackets,
weird
opening curly
story.
bracket, closing
Like
curly
I went
brackets,
to my
opening curly
cousin's house
bracket,
one
closing
day,
curly bracket.
and I feel
Future
like
Wolfex
this is
said, I
prime
never owned a Dreamcast or
N64
any
era.
Sega system. I
This is like
always wanted one.
98, 97. This is this guy was playing NES.
The Lord Viper
Like
said,
whenever
ha
I
ha
went
shrug
to
left
his
kappa
house
Ross ha
one
ha shrug
day,
right.
I just remember playing Paperboy, Super Mario, you
Excellent.
know, all that retro shit. So I feel like kind of like me, he kind of like started this shit. Like like when I saw the Super Nintendo for the first time, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that. It was just like a really early fucking memory, and it's
Future
weird. Like
Wolfex
I
said,
shouldn't have
but they
any
remade all
business
the best
picking up a
Dreamcast
Super
games on the
Nintendo, but
GameCube,
fuck
which
it,
was a superior system.
I have a small memory.
Wolf Baker said, tilde section euro dollar underscore
So
carrot man.
after you moved
The
from
Lord
the
Viper
Dreamcast to Super
said,
NES,
ask him if he
what'd
has
you
ever
go
played
for
Pong.
next?
GameCube.
Oh,
This
okay. I love the GameCube. It's probably the last Nintendo thing I actually owned. Right? Yeah, because that was after the 64.
Yeah, but like GameCube, this I have a lot of memories with this thing, man. Like I would just
The Lord
remember
Viper
going home from
said,
school
last
and putting
Nintendo
in
thing I
Sonic
enjoyed.
Adventure 2 and just playing it all night, or playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I love this little system.
They just brought it home. Like I love that. That's
Wolf
literally the
Baker
last system
said, new
I
moon
really
face, new
loved. I
moon
mean,
face, new moon face.
but after that, I kind of like lost interest in Nintendo. But man, the GameCube though, I should really own one of those and play that again. Some really great games on that system.
Yeah. I'd say after that it
The Lord
was the
Viper
PS2,
said,
and I
to
actually have
borrow
a
mine.
weird story though. Like I remember playing GTA 3 for the first time.
Oh, the top-down version?
Wolf Baker said,
No, is that the top-down
Japanese
version?
symbol for
No,
beginner,
no, no, no.
Japanese symbol for beginner,
I have
Japanese
both
symbol for
memories. You have
beginner,
the top-down
Japanese
version
symbol
and
for
the
beginner,
3D version.
Japanese symbol for beginner, Japanese
So
symbol for beginner,
the
Japanese
top-down
symbol for
version,
beginner,
again, this
Japanese
is when I
symbol
was
for
just
beginner,
like
Japanese
2 or
symbol
3
for
years
beginner,
old,
Japanese
playing
symbol
the
for beginner,
top-down
Japanese
version.
symbol for beginner,
And
Japanese symbol
honestly,
for
I
beginner,
didn't even know what I
Japanese
was
symbol for
doing
beginner,
because, of
Japanese
course, I was
symbol
a
for beginner,
fucking
sparkle,
kid.
sparkle, sparkle,
I just
sparkle,
remember
Japanese
shooting
symbol
guns
for beginner,
everywhere,
sparkle,
stealing
sparkle,
cars.
sparkle.
But
Future
GTA 3, though,
Wolfex
that was a
said,
whole
my
different
GameCube is
story.
still plugged into my
I don't know
TV.
where. Well, I was at a cousin's house or whatever.
Pardon me.
It's alright. I was at a cousin's house or whatever. He showed me he showed me GTA 3, and I was just like, wow, could I get a turn? Could I get a turn?
Baker
And see,
said,
this is the one thing
sorry.
I miss about playing games back in the day. You know, you have to share controllers. Now it's just online.
Savral
And I remember it was this thing when
said,
I remember it was this thing
that's
when me and my
okay.
family members would do is whenever we would play GTA 3 or whatever. Okay, you could play,
The Lord Viper
then you die.
said,
Switch it to the
we do it
next.
all the
You
time.
play,
We
then
do
you
do it
die.
all the
Switch it to the
time.
next. That's kind of like the one thing I
figured out how to mute
seriously
the thing
miss
finally.
about gaming, about retro gaming back in the 2000s.
Right.
And I mean, when people think about
Shoddy
LAN
68.
parties, they think about
Welcome to my channel.
N64 and all that. When I think of LAN parties, I think of Xbox 360 and PS2.
So I gotta ask a question. Have you ever been to a LAN party that was like all computers? Have you done the actual
Wolf
LAN?
Baker said,
No.
exclamation question mark dim
No.
button bright button part
Because
alternation mark
way
warning
back, I
recycling
used to.
symbol Japanese symbol
what
convenience
was this,
fleur de
90
lis say spoke asterisk trident emblem
God,
sparkle children
94
crossing
or
G
something like
Coco
that. I
free
used to play
button
Magic
one
the
no mobile
Gathering.
phones women's room restroom 3
And
no one under 18 full charge
this was the
increasing with
time
one
where the
left
internet
arrow
wasn't
curving
like
right
super
arrow
easy to
curving
get.
up 7 up left arrow 4
And
down right arrow
you
antenna
could
bars
go
up
into
down
like
arrow.
an internet cafe and stuff
The
like
Lord
that pretty much
Viper
and do it.
said,
Like, do you know? Have you ever been to one of those,
CleverVision.
or is that
Wolf
way past
Baker
your time?
said,
Yeah,
welcome.
that's past my
Future
time. But
Wolf
I actually
X
have a question though.
said,
Like,
Yeah.
of
what
course he
was it
played
like
Magic the
playing
Gathering.
online at first with the like Dreamcast and the original Xbox? Like, I remember when I first played online, it was the Xbox 360, PS3 era. But I know OG Xbox, and Dreamcast had internet. So what was that like?
Okay, so if I remember correctly, this is the one like. See, I didn't play Dreamcast, and I'm going to tell you why. I had this huge like. There was like it seemed like this elitist group of people had like the Dreamcast back in the day, and I was like, oh no, I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm not gonna go back to Sega. Like, screw those guys. I had this. It was like that whole Nintendo
Oh,
slash
yeah, this
like
one- This actually reminds me of another question. So, like, what was it like playing Sega games on the Nintendo console at the time? Like, that must have been fucking weird.
Well, I'm trying to think of which it was, but then like, I mean, I'm not gonna. I played the like Sega CD once, like because I wanted to play Night Trap with my friend or Toe Jam and Earl, but like that
The
was
Lord
like
Viper
back then.
said, tell this guy to play Battle of Olympus on NES.
But it was like kind of just like a weird time, and like and for your other question, like the internet part of it was like there was like I think $100. Wasn't it like $100 internet adapter or something? If I remember right. Oh god, it was so long ago. There was I know for the Xbox
Future
there
Wolf
was.
X said,
Or was that 360?
yes. The Lord Viper
I know. Okay, so
said,
first off, I
this
used
had
to have
no
an
clue on the struggles of
Xbox.
real classic games.
The Xbox,
Future
like I
Wolf
actually
X
hacked it.
said, for the
I had this
PS2,
whole like thing going.
The
So
Lord
I
Viper
had a hack, so
said,
basically you could play
PS2.
Nintendo games, all kinds of stuff. Pretty much, it was basically like a MAME emulator that you could do all kinds of stuff with. And I had this like thing there back in the day. They had GameFly. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, I used to have that as a kid.
So I'd have
Future
this
Wolf
like
X
thing with
said,
this GameFly.
GameCube also
and
had one.
basically like toss it in the Xbox. It would copy it to the hard drive. Bam! I own the game. I throw it back in, and I just like I pirated the living crap out of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. And then like when it came to the 360, I actually
The Lord Viper
I won a 360
said,
from Mountain Dew.
yeah, I have Game Boy for the GameCube too.
Because like they Mountain Dew had this really weird thing where you had to put codes in on a website, and it gave you like options to like put bids in and stuff like that, right? Well, the first couple days of the contest, their developers must have missed something,
Future
so
Wolf X
you could put in
said,
like millions of
yeah,
entries.
that's when Nintendo went downhill.
So
no Game Boy
I
player
spent like a
after
whole
the
day
GC.
putting entries in, and I won.
The Lord Viper
So I got a 360
said,
out of it.
yep,
Before
Future
anybody
Wolf
else did
X
from Mountain
said,
Dew.
I have my Game Boy player cartridge for
So-
the
Actually-
SNES.
Actually, though, speaking of the like PS3 and PS3 era, like I just kind of like remember the hype back in the day for those systems. Like I know you guys probably went through this with the hype of the SNES coming out. Like I just remember back in the day, like, oh, did you hear about the PS3? Did you hear about the new Xbox? Like, what was like that back in the day when you were hearing rumors about the N64, SNES, stuff like that? Like, what were the hype for those systems like? I guess.
So, the thing is that I'm gonna be honest with you. I slept outside of a Kmart for my PS3 because everybody knew the PlayStation 3 was gonna be massive and huge. So I slept outside in a tent
Future Wolfex
to get the
said,
PS3.
I have
I was
all the
happy
original
about it. It
issues
had
of
an
Nintendo
experience. It was great.
Power.
But before that, like I don't know. It just like wasn't. I don't know if there was this huge. Like I don't remember that there was any kind of shortages on PlayStation 2 and 64, anything like that. I think it was pretty readily available. I don't know if that was because like it wasn't the cool thing, like
The Lord
nerds and
Viper
like people that
said,
played video games
tell him
were
about
not
you trips
like
down Oregon Trail.
you know
Future Wolfex
you know
said,
you know what I'm talking about. Like it
PS2
wasn't as
had a
accepted
shortage.
as it is now. So
The
like
Lord Viper said,
Oh
you
yeah,
old
that's right. I can understand that. Yeah.
I guess I'm being told in my chat that PlayStation 2 did have a shortage. I don't remember it. I don't even remember when I got it. I remember it was I do remember getting it, but I don't remember how I got it. It's been so long, but it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't. The internet was still
Future
relatively new and
Wolfex
stuff, and
said,
unless
it
you were in
came out
those
around Christmas.
you
The
know, in
Lord
forums
Viper
and stuff like that, you
said,
really didn't know about any of
PS2
that.
was hard to get early on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well-
it was the PlayStation 3 thing. I kind of like went all in because I was like, I'm gonna get one of these things, and for good reason. There was, I mean,
Future
honestly, you
Wolfex
could have back in the
said,
day with the
The
PlayStation
Wii
3.
also had a shortage.
You could really. In fact, I didn't I? I think I flipped one. You could flip. Back in the day, you could flip those things for like almost $1,000. Because people just didn't want to wait.
Yeah, man. I remember those like early PS3 days. And you know what the thing was? Like as a kid, I spent so much time on the PS2. I was just
The
like
Lord
I was
Viper
begging my
said,
fucking parents for a
Oregon
PS3,
Trail was the
but
shit. Tell
I
him
got
about
an
the days of
Xbox
text-based
360,
games.
Oregon
and to
Trail
be
was
honest,
the
I
shit.
I
Said,
don't regret
get
it.
involved.
But being the retro nerd, but being the retro nerd that I am, I don't want a PS3. Like those console wars. Like I had to pick a side, and it was obviously the Xbox 360. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But like being a retro nerd, I just still don't want a PS3
Future Wolfex
because of those
said,
days back in the
the
console
original
wars.
StarCraft was awesome.
So is that where you kind of?
Future
So
Wolfex
I can relate to that
said,
because
and
I had to
Diablo.
make a decision at some point. I think I own a PS2, a PS3,
The Lord Viper
an Xbox,
said,
Xbox 360.
Warcraft as well.
And then after that, I was like, okay, I have to make a decision here because I can't just like keep dropping all this money on all these different consoles, especially since I mean, I wasn't a huge
Nightbot
Halo guy. Like I played
said,
Halo,
What
but I was
shirt
like, it's
am I
not.
wearing?
It wasn't
You
enough
can
to
find it
bring
here
me
along with other
over to
awesome
the
stuff.
Xbox camp.
https://
I jumped on the
www.sexyhackers.com/use
and that's kind of
coupon
where
code
it
Savral for
happened.
20% off your purchase.
And I didn't.
The
and
Lord
as-
Viper
Nintendo just
said,
kind of like really
but you
lost me
can.
because
Wolf
of
Baker said,
the Wii U. I
Japanese
think kind
symbol
of
for
like
beginner, Japanese symbol for
forgot what it
beginner,
was, that
Japanese
they had,
symbol
like,
for
their
beginner,
own
Japanese symbol for beginner, Japanese
proprietary
symbol for
something or
beginner,
other, and I was
Japanese
like, well,
symbol
this
for
is
beginner,
bogus. I'm not
Japanese
doing
symbol
it.
for beginner, Japanese symbol for beginner,
Yeah,
Japanese symbol for beginner,
in my
Japanese symbol
opinion,
for beginner,
I know this
Japanese
might be
symbol for
wrong,
beginner,
but
Japanese
to
symbol for
me, the
beginner, Japanese
GameCube
symbol for
is the
beginner, Japanese
last
symbol for
good
beginner,
Nintendo
Japanese
system.
symbol for
Like
beginner, Japanese symbol
I
for beginner,
had the
Japanese
Wii, and I
symbol
still
for
have it to
beginner,
this
Japanese
day.
symbol for beginner,
It's just like
Japanese
I feel
symbol
like
for
the
beginner,
Wii
fleur
is
de lis,
just kind of a
Japanese symbol for
fad,
beginner,
really.
Japanese symbol for beginner, Japanese symbol for beginner, Japanese
Do you
symbol
feel
for
like that
beginner,
was the
fleur de
last
lis,
good
Japanese
system?
symbol for beginner. Yep, I'm back.
Yeah, I mean,
Savral
don't get me wrong, I
said,
love the Switch,
lol,
but
welcome back, Baker.
it can compete with the PS1 and the PS4.
The Lord Viper
Don't get me wrong, I
said,
love my
you have to
Switch.
collect all the system in order
I
to win.
mainly use it
Commander Root,
for putting on
welcome to my
music
channel.
and playing
The Lemon
SNES and
Penny,
NES games.
welcome to my channel.
So, so do you own a PS4?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you own a Xbox One? Is that it? Is that the newest one?
Yeah,
Okay, so you own both of them.
yeah.
Okay. So when the new was it Xbox One X,
Wolf
I think
Baker
it is.
said,
Mhm.
Alexa, turn up the volume.
Does
The Lord Viper said,
are you gonna get the PS5
$10
and
he plays
the other
COD.
one?
See, okay. With the way Xbox has been going this generation,
Savral
no,
said,
I'm honestly gonna
which
get the
volume?
PS5 day one. I mean, It has backwards compatibility straight out of the door.
I 100% agree with you. 100%.
Like, I'm probably gonna get the launch game, then try out my PS2 games, PS1 games, you know. But I don't know, man. Like, I love Xbox. I've been there since the OG Xbox, but I don't know, man. Like, sure, I'm eventually gonna pick it up, but it's probably gonna be like 5 years after it came out.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely get a PS5. I don't think I would get another Xbox. I really want a handheld, but I cannot get on the Nintendo train. I just can't.
The Lord Viper.
Have you ever
PC?
And besides, I have been going on
Viper
to PC
said,
too, so that's
PC.
the other thing.
Savral said, "It's loud as hell in my ear."
The
Lord Viper said,
"PC." It was hard to defend Xbox this generation. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I put on the Xbox One, it's to play Xbox 360 games, even though I have a 360 sitting right in front.
The Lord Viper.
You know, like, I feel like
because it's shit.
The only reason I would play my Xbox One is to play Forza Horizon 4.
ABC definitely KLMOPQRSTUVWXY and Z.
I love the Xbox. I just can't really defend it, you know. And I mean, sure, the Series X is gonna be fine. I'm just not gonna get it day one because I mean, look what they did E3 2013, where they said you have to get a Kinect. You can't trade in games. You know, they took away all the stuff, and I feel like that was their intention. Now I feel like they're gonna try it again with the Xbox Series X.
Well, I 100% agree with you. They definitely did some really bad moves, but then, like, you know, then Xbox does these things where, you know, you can play it on your computer. You can play. You know, they're adding all these things to their, you know, the kind of the retro stuff to the library that, like, you know, if they recognized that you had it, they would add it to your library.
But see, like, that's the only reason why I liked Xbox is because of the retro stuff. Like, I could basically play, I don't know, 10, 15. I could basically, I can't talk. I could basically play 10 to 15% of my Xbox 360 collection. And yeah, like, that's the only reason why I have my Xbox One is because of the retro stuff. Really, I mean, it's just, for me, PS5 all day. If Xbox could prove to me that they're going to be doing something different, then I'd be down for it.
Well, let me ask you a question. So I'm also on your camp with the whole PS5 all day. First has come out. Is there, if they come out, you know, they're talking about this whole price point, which kind of bothers me. You know, they're talking about finding a way to get, you know, make it a little bit cheaper because they're talking about like a $500 price point. All I know is that I don't want them to cheap out on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's like, if they need like $600-700, will I pay it? Yeah, I probably will. But
here's the thing, though. With the PS5, I've heard it takes at least $450 to make. Now, if they go a bit expensive, I could go $500 to $600. But if it goes beyond that, then no. But
the Lord Viper,
I don't want them to cheap out. If anything, they might have to take a loss to supplement the online. By the way, I can't really talk today, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's worth taking a loss because it's going to be worth it with all the new consoles being sold with the new online in the launch titles. You know,
I think so. Isn't that how most consoles start out? Though they take the initial loss on the system and then make it up later on. You know, but they want to get it out there, obviously. So,
and I mean, again, if they want to take a loss, that's fine. But I'm willing to pay $500 or $600 on
the Lord Viper.
You know, it's no big deal.
Slip that shit till it's blue.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I keep I've looked at the website and all that. They're not talking about backwards compatibility a lot. I don't know if they're just holding that close to the chest at all for like the ultimate reveal. By the way, we're gonna let you play all your old games. I'd really like them to do that.
The Lord
I
Viper
think they're gonna
said,
fail if they just go,
"Smack
oh,
it, small it real
it'll
good."
play PS4 games. Um,
Yeah, see, that's kind of like the one thing I'm really looking forward to. Like again, it's another thing about convenience. I feel like, well, I wouldn't
The
say
Lord
that about the
Viper
PS5 because I know
said,
those are going to be
sniffing the poo.
some good console exclusives, but I'm just not going to exclusively play as a retro machine. Like you know, I, I feel like with the PS5, I want to do both. I wanted to play PS 4, 3, 2, and 1 games and modern stuff.
I no, you're right. I like I'm reason the other reason is like, have you played God of War?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I only played a little bit of it.
Um, I highly recommend it. It's definitely worth going through the story.
The Lord Viper
Um,
said, garbage.
uh, someone said it was garbage. It's not garbage. It is a great game. It really is a great story. I loved all the. I mean, shit. I'll go back and play all of God of Wars if they, throw that back on the PlayStation 5. That's what I would totally do.
Yeah.
But I think that Sony's gonna either like hit or miss
The
with
Lord
this whole
Viper
like announcement,
said,
because if
"New
they say that
AWR."
it can't do it, it's gonna piss a lot of people off, including myself, like that have been asking for this. I know there's like, for example, they got this whole PlayStation One Classic. That's what I've been doing. It's fun to play those games, and I like that I have the controller to do it. But as far as I'm aware of, I'm not aware of that there's any good PlayStation 2 emulator. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's not. And there's a lot of great games I'd like to go back and play on that. But yeah, I've looked in PlayStation 2, like to purchase one of those, it's pretty hefty price. Like if you
Wait,
want a really good one.
The Lord
well,
Viper
yeah, I
said,
could
"Mine
understand that.
still
Like,
works."
I'm actually looking into a fat PS2 myself because the slim one I have right now is fucking garbage. But yeah, I guess when it comes to finding like a PS2, you have to find a good fit, really.
Uh, was there a fat PS2? I remember, or is that when they actually started bringing out the slim version of stuff?
Yeah, see, when it comes to like it's weird. I had both when I was a kid. Now the fat PS2 is actually good. With the PS1, I mean with the PS2 Slim, it barely reads
The
discs.
Lord
It
Viper
barely reads
said,
discs. It
"Mine is
scrunches it
clear.
up. It
It's
scratches
fat."
it up. You know the the Slim model of the PS2 really
I'm gonna be
isn't
honest, I
good.
totally forgot
But if
about
you're
that.
looking into PS2s, just
I remember
I
the
would
fat
say get the
PS3.
fat version, but get it in a good condition because well, everybody had
The Lord
PS2s back in the
Viper
day, and most of them
said,
were fucking
"Moses to
wrecked,
hell no."
really, unless somebody really took care of it.
Yeah, well, right, and like that's
The
the
Lord
thing.
Viper
I'd want to
said,
buy some
"Modded not
trashy
Moses."
one.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there was a mod for it. You could mod the PS2 games, or the PS2. Did you do that? Did you mod any of your systems back in the day, or no?
No, I back in the day, no, I was a fucking kid.
Okay.
The Lord
Yeah,
But
Viper
I'm obviously way
said,
older.
"All of these."
yeah, but I
Yep.
mean,
The Lord
modern,
Viper
well, modern
said,
retro stuff. Like,
"Systems I was kid."
I'm interested in it. I'm interested in it, but not really. Like if I wanted some modern original Xbox, I would keep the one I have right now and buy another one to mod. But
They
oh,
used
go
to
ahead.
be easy to do. And in fact, I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it was the two the one you had to like solder something. I don't remember. I thought I could play burn games though. And it's fun to talk about this stuff because I all the stuff that I used to do when I was younger, like try to like get that edge or be able to play game, because I mean games like weren't even as expensive they are now, but man, 40-50 bucks is a lot for when you're a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, shit. How? like back in the N64 era, like I know the N64 was
The
really
Lord Viper
popular,
said,
but the prices
I
must have
think
been
the only PS2
expensive.
game
I
I
mean,
actually own is SOCOM
think about
because
it.
I
Like the
played on NA with it
PS1
and I have to disable my
was
mod chip.
was doing discs, and the N64 was still doing cartridges, and I know back then there was a cartridge shortage because there's something going on in China. I don't know what it was, but it must have been hard for N64 people.
Yeah, I mean, that was such a. I had a. Boy, that was another. I should really go back to N64. I love talking about this because, like, the
Lord
N64 is
Viper
another one that
said,
played
I hated the
Castlevania on
N64.
it, Super Mario, all that stuff. Oh, God, it's so good. But I don't, it's so weird because I can't remember. I think this is still in the time when I was asking my parents to buy me stuff because I was still like younger. I mean, I remember going to Toys R Us when I was a kid, and like they had
Oh
all
shit! I
the
remember.
games, and oh man, that was super fun. And
Well, all right. I guess to wrap this up.
okay,
Um. Well, I guess I could
The
just
Lord
tell like
Viper
my
said,
Toys R Us story.
wasted
I
my money, all
guess
I played was Pod Racer
so.
and
Like
GoldenEye and Self, obviously.
back in the day, and it's weird because I know most 80s people, because I know most people born in the 80s were into Transformers.
uh-huh.
But in the 2000s, Transformers was the shit to me. Like I remember it was like Friday or whatever. My dad picked me up from school like super early, and he just took me to Toys R Us, and he's just like, "Go ahead, get anything you want." And I just remember watching this, new
The Lord
Transformers
Viper
cartoon,
said,
and
like the
I just
Michael Bay
remember getting the
version.
whole set. Just Megatron, Autobots, just everything. And I honestly miss days like that. And you know what the fucked up thing is? Like Toys R Us is gone, and now like whenever I have kids, they're just not gonna experience the same thing. Picking up a toy, playing with it for hours. It's fucked up. And
I agree with you actually. So
Nightbot
in the 80s,
said,
like I really
get
wanted
involved. https://
Voltron. And my
discord.gg/9uhgdhb.
parents ended up buying me a Voltron. You know what Voltron is, right?
yeah,
Okay. It was but I got the plastic version, and I still remember I was a kid and went to a doctor's appointment, and this other kid had a metal Voltron. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. But and I was able to
said,
bring.
Jerry the
I never
Giraffe
did get one,
face.
by the way.
Wolf
Um,
Baker
but
said,
I got
I'm
my,
back lol stuffed flat
I
bread
had
stuffed
kids,
flat bread stuffed flat bread
and
stuffed flat bread stuffed
I used
flat
to
bread
spend like
stuffed flat
hours
bread
with my
stuffed flat bread
kids
stuffed
in
flat
Toys
bread
R
stuffed
Us,
flat bread stuffed flat bread
and they
taco
got that lucky.
watermelon
And I
taco
do feel
peach taco
like
steaming
bad for
bowl
people
dumpling
that
fried
are
shrimp.
younger, and they won't even get to do that anymore. Like, where do you take your kids for toys? Target?
exactly.
Is that the deal? That's lame.
Nightbot
Right.
said, I want to hear
Like
from you. Come talk with me in stream, or
it's
if you
just
want
gonna
to leave a
be
voicemail
so.
for me that might be
And
played
think
while I
about
stream, call
GameStop too. Like I have another story about that.
and tell me how much you
Like
love or hate the
there's
show.
this game aheads for
The
the
Lord
Game Boy back
Viper
in the day.
said,
It was
yes,
this
stores were
Ed, Ed
fun.
and Eddie game. I'm thinking about getting the GameCube version, since like I always had the Game Boy version as a kid. I'm thinking about getting that, but like just think about like it's really not going to be the same anymore. Like just imagine some 5-year-old in like 10, 20
The Lord
years.
By the
Viper
way,
They're
stick
gonna
around
play
said,
after
games
the
now you
podcast
online,
look
because
like your phone looked
and
at.
it's just not going to be
I'm
the
gonna be
same
playing
anymore.
that new horror game. Well, the thing is that I think
Wolf
there's going to
Baker
be a call
said,
for.
Castle
I
Desert
thought they
Island
started
Anchor
talking
vertical
about
tracker
Toys
light
R Us coming
satellite
back in
antenna
some
floppy
small
disk camera
capacity.
hour bus computer
'Cause
mouse
Yeah,
precision
they
I mean,
came
the
back
other
in
thing is
desktop
Canada.
computer
let's be
Shinto
realistic.
shrine Milky Way
The
national park
millennials and
railway
stuff like
track
that, and
light with
people
stars
like younger
Japanese
like
dolls
yourself,
door carp
aren't really
streamable red
having a lot
paper
of
lantern
kids.
framed picture wheel of Dharma beating heart yellow heart beating
So
heart orange heart PNG
that's why
exclamation mark
kind of there
cross
wasn't
mark
this really
exclamation
huge
mark
call
non-potable
for
water exclamation question mark no pedestrians no mobile phones
a Toy
diamond
Store,
with a
but
dot
I don't know.
Japanese
Like
symbol for
I
beginner
never
Japanese
understood how it
symbol for
went
beginner.
out
Nightbot
of
said,
business really,
what shirt
because
am I wearing?
it had
You
not
can
only
find it here along with other
it
awesome
had kids
stuff.
stuff, it had like
https colon
baby
slash
stuff,
slash
it had toys. Like, dude,
www.sexyhackers.com slash use
I
coupon
stood
code
in
Savral for
line
20% off your
at Toys R
purchase.
Us for
Daily Oni
the
said,
Star Wars Episode 1 characters. I mean, like, I was all in for Toys R Us. I love it. And that was like when I was like older too, so I don't know. It's just like kind of sad, man. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Pandiculation. See eloquent.
Well,
Wabbit.
I don't mean to end it on the I don't mean to end it on
No.
a somber note, but yeah, I mean, shit's fucked, but what are we gonna do?
Zoanthropy.
Anyway, though, Savral, thank you for coming on the podcast. You were a great guest.
I
Thank
appreciate
you,
you having me on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, no problem. I guess follow Savral on Twitch and follow me on Twitch and on Discord.
What is the old horror game?
Is there anything else you want to say?
Said.
No, thank you. It was great to reminisce about this the old days, and thanks again for having me on. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, no problem. See you guys later.
All right. You guys are horrible. Horrible. Wi-Fi baker. Okay.
The Lord Viper said, "Lol."
Okay. The podcast is over. I probably should have turned that thing off a long time ago, but I know people like really love it. It's nuts. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stop the Twitch stream, so that way this the podcast part is completely separate. For YouTube, which by the way I'm not happy about it because they're saying my my music during my intro is copyrighted, which I guess I can't argue with that, but Jesus Christ, like, throw the guy a bone here, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, reset, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to play, it's called, where is it? Hold on.
The Lord Viper said, "Just put random 3 seconds pauses in it."
We're gonna play. Oh, my screen's over it. Hold on. Let me enter the rest mode here. I could break it up, but we're gonna play. So I got 2 games. I got the Suicide of Rachel Foster, which is brand new, and this Paper Dolls Origami. Both are horror games. I know how people love the horror games. So, let me take a second here, though, real quick. DeLeon, thank you for the bits. And the 12-month sub. Oh, shit. He's got the new badge, or the armor. That's awesome. Future
the Lord
Wolf.
Viper
Thank
said,
you
"Need a carrier sounds."
For your sub. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be right back. By the way, so this reminds me, this picture that's on my wallpaper, I just pre-ordered
DeLeone said,
"Nerd."
"Oh yeah, where does the armor show up?"
Oh, you know what? It probably doesn't show up for you because you're a mod. So I got this, which is going to be going over my
DeLeone
TV.
Said,
But yes, that's going over my TV.
The Lord Viper said, "Yeah, we only get 3 badges."
Yeah, I don't know. I was actually, I need to look into it because there's SAF
Welcome
points
to my
and
channel.
Stuff. I need to do that. But yes, I ordered this for above my TV. I can't wait to get it in. It's freaking awesome.
DeLeone said, "Badges.
Don't need no stinking
badges."
Okay, so
the
I'm
Lord
gonna
Viper
end this.
said, "Bird."
I'm gonna end
the
this
Lord
stream.
Viper said,
Yes,
"Nerd."
I am a nerd.
The Lord Viper
Should I just start the game up?
said,
Do you want me just to
"Need."
start the game up? Screw it. I'll try to. I gotta figure out how to. I want to
The
make
Lord
sure it
Viper
gets.
said, "More nerds."
It's not for nerds. It might be nerds. I'm a nerd. Okay, I really want to start the podcast over, so because I want to make sure that, and I think you can split it on YouTube, but I gotta be honest with that YouTube editor. I don't know if
The Lord
anybody's ever
Viper said,
played it.
"Do it."
Sucks. It like takes hours and hours and
The Lord
hours
Viper
and hours.
said, "Restream sucks."
Well, that's not really nice, but YouTube Studios is not that great. So this is what I'm gonna do. Stay here with me. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna restart the broadcast so that it's a
The
brand
Lord
new one.
Viper said, nope.
Nope. And then I'm gonna start out the
The Lord
suicide
Viper
of Rachel
said, have to
Foster.
poop.
Oh, well, go poop then. I'm not gonna stop you from pooping. I'm all about you pooping. All about you pooping. So I'll be right back. I'm not gonna put my little ending thing on it. I'm just gonna end it, and then I'll be right back with the suicide of Rachel Foster.
The
Thank
Lord
you again,
Viper
the Lemon
said,
Penny, for having me
you
on.
want my poop.
No, I don't want your poop. Jesus Christ. Okay.